Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Smart Author Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Benetti. Today, let's talk about how to write an email sequence that nurtures and ascends your book readers and buyers into back-end business. Again, email sequence is something that people totally overcomplicate and they waste a lot of time on. I want to help you with some prompts to get your email sequence written as fast as possible. And the good news is you've pretty much got all of the content that your heart can desire already in your book. So let's go through that in this episode. All right, email sequences. Much like sales page copy, again, this is something people totally overcomplicate. And the way that I want you to start thinking about this, and we're going to also provide a doc for this in the show notes as well, so you can pretty much copy that and write your emails in there, as per usual. Anyway, this is something I do for my clients, planning out the sequence. I don't write the sequence copy for my clients. That's not my forte. I plan it for them. They write it. We implement it. Okay? So the general idea here is that you've got a book. When someone comes into your world, we basically want to take them through a nurture sequence, then lead them to understand what the next steps with you are. A lot of people are going to get a ton of value from your book, but they won't know what to do next, right? So if we indoctrinate them with our email sequence, get them engaged in reading the book itself, and then show them how they can work with us and actually prompt them to do those things, whether it be buy this course, enroll in this program, book a call, discovery call, whatever you call it, watch this webinar, anything like that, then they are basically going to understand exactly what they can do to continue to work with you. Like it's transactional at the end of the day. People will get value from your stuff. They want to continue to get value from you. It's just how the world works. It's how marketing works in general. So let's run through a bit of a framework that I use for my clients, and let's see how we can apply it for you. All right, so the first email someone should get when they buy your book or get your book for free, we want to go ahead and just send a congratulations and confirmation email. If they got a digital copy or anything like that, send it here after 10 minutes. It's usually pretty good to do a 10-minute delay so that gives them an opportunity to go through our upsell offers in our funnel. So confirmation and congratulations, again, very straightforward. This can just be something like, hey, congrats on getting the book. I know you're going to get a ton out of it. You can include some of the best things like, here's the top 5-10 things to look forward to in my book, blah, 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 blah. And that's stuff that you can get from your sales page copy, right? I can't wait for you to read it and get all the value. If there's anything I can do for you, just hit reply to this email. I look forward to hearing your feedback, things like that. That's a simple confirmation email you can do. The next set of emails is basically going to be looking at the book's content. We pretty much want to focus around 5 to maybe 8 emails. I would say 5 to 8 emails around the book's content. And this is basically a nurture goal, okay? So the next 5 to 8 emails are basically going to be breaking down the book, your book's content, into bite-sized pieces. So if you have, say, 5 parts to your book, then we can use all of those 5 parts as nurture pieces. And the whole intent behind these is basically hook the reader into reading each part. That's as basic as I can put it. If we can hook them into reading each part, then that is going to get them to read the book. That is going to get them to get value from you. That is going to get them to know, like, and trust you. And ultimately, that's going to make it easier for them to become a lead or a customer of your core business, which is the end goal here. So if your book again has 5 parts, then let's just break it down one part each. If there's, say, 4 parts, well, let's go into 2 different parts per part, or 2 different sections per part. And then that way we can build it out into 8. But generally 5 to 8 here is a good number. Now, I think it's important to include testimonials in each one of those emails. So if you are talking about something specific in the email, let's just say it's about your intro to your book, then let's go ahead and make a reference from someone else getting a lesson from that part. That's basically going to help to solidify what you've just said in the email and prompt them to go ahead and read that. It's like, okay, if so-and-so can achieve this from what I've just explained, then I probably can as well. So I probably should read this and get the value from it, right? So it's basically instant social proof around the part of the book that you're explaining, which is very important. And that's basically all of the nurture of the book. However, when we get to around email 5 total, so after the confirmation is email 1, and then we'll have 4 or so value book content based emails. When we get to email 5, I like to start including a PS. And this PS is basically a way for us to start hinting what we can do for them, or ways for them to start working with us. So if you run a webinar, hey, PS, I just recorded this free training that can help with XYZ. You can put in your webinar sales page title here. Click here to go watch it now. And then that way we can send someone into your sales cycle and ultimately give them value and start to sell. If you have a high ticket offer, you do services as an agency, or you just have a very high ticket coaching program, then we can also get them to book a call with us here. So I recommend you reference the content of the email again. So let's just say you're talking about, if you're talking about something sales related, like we just helped Joe increase his sales conversion by 20% on the phone. If you have a testimonial of Joe saying like, hey, I was able to work or read Chris's book and get XYZ increase in performance, blah, 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 using his scripts, then we can go ahead and do a PS relating to that. So if you want to get one-on-one help with me so that you can also, increase your sales conversion by X amount, then click here to book a call with me right now. And you can just kind of reference the content so it's relevant to the email as well. And then, for the next 3-4 emails, we can just do subtle PSs. When it's going to go alongside the book's content. So the subtle PS will be a really nice, soft way of selling so that we're still giving value, we're still giving the promise of delivering the book to them, but we're not directly selling right away. We don't want to be salesy in our email copy and follow-up. Not right away, at least. At the end, we want to focus around 3 to 4 emails talking about next steps with us. So at the end of your book, you've probably got some level of call to action that tells them the next steps from the book. We can basically reiterate that here. And then whatever your main call to action is from the emails above, we basically just want to write that more in the main copy. We're not going to do PSs anymore. We're just going to go right into telling them about next steps and working with you directly. This is where we will have testimonials that are specific to your coaching program or your service that you offer. And then that way it's extremely relatable to what you're doing and offering to them. And then the last few emails are literally all around, different areas of what you can do to help them, and having call to actions to enrolling them in the next thing. So I would suggest, like, if you have methodology around your service process or your coaching programs, then you can basically break down what you do on a step-by-step basis into each email. So for Smart Author Media, as an example, we do marketing campaigns for nonfiction authors. And so, like, my methodology is like, okay, get the assets set up. So I can have a whole email talking about, like, when you have a book, you need to have a book funnel. If you don't have a book funnel, then you're relying on the marketplaces to sell your book, and you're banking royalties of nothing, really. It's very difficult to make money if you just let the marketplaces sell your books. It's very difficult to also take someone through an email customer journey and ascension journey if you let the marketplaces take care of selling your book. If you build a book funnel, then you can not only get a customer for profit, you can do direct in-funnel upsells and get a higher average cart value, which you can make a decent amount of profit on the front end with. And then you can also get the customer's information and control their customer journey, which is, what every business owner wants to do. So, if you want to talk about how you can get a book funnel set up, then click here to book a call, right? Have testimonials around, like, funnel conversion statistics, clients and their results with you, things like that. The next step in our methodology, we set up relevant marketing campaigns. So we run Facebook ads to the book funnels, and we make sure that we are on point with our targeting. Our cost per 1,000 impressions are on point. Cost per click is low. We're getting a good conversion rate, and our return on ad spend is multiples, right? So that's the next step. And then the third step is, generally, once we're launched, how can we continue to optimize week after week? What are the split tests that we're doing? How are we ensuring that the funnel conversion is at a standard or above a standard? How do we know that ads are relevant and working? What are the campaigns that are set up? And how can we split test different types of campaigns? Things like that. And so, like, you want to explain each one of your steps in these emails, and then show proof, testimonials, right? Statistics, data, and then invite them to book a call with you, or watch a webinar around what you're talking about. If it's a webinar, this is even simpler. You could even do, like, secret 1, secret 2, secret 3 in the context of an email, and then just, like, invite them to the training. You really want to hook them and drive curiosity if you're doing webinar based stuff. So that's basically an email sequence and a customer journey. And I pretty much outlined around 12 emails here. So you can basically take someone through an email sequence in about 30 days or so here, which is really good. So to recap, the first email will be after 10 minutes. Then the second email will be a 1-day delay. And then I like to do every 2 days for the next emails until we get to around the part where we start making direct offers and talking about our services, our methodology, and things like that. And then when we're doing the pitching, I like to do day, rather than a 2-day delay as well. But like I said, you're going to get a Google Doc with all of this information templated for you. So go nuts on that, and make sure you download that, because you'll get a ton of value from that regardless. If you actually want some help setting this stuff up, then definitely hit me up at smartauthormedia.com/audit. And we can basically go through what you've got set up. I'm not gonna run through this with you on the call, but what I would suggest you do is start writing it, and then I'll most definitely give you feedback on it if you wish. We can talk about what other marketing campaigns you're doing or not doing, and then I'll try my best to give you a clear plan on what you can implement for your business specifically, to make sure that you get your book sales on track. Again, that's smartauthormedia.com/audit. And of course, if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure you give us a like, share it with all of your friends who you think could get value from it. And then, give me some feedback in the comments. Let me know what your thoughts are around everything. I hope you enjoyed watching or listening, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks again.